Over the past years, technology has transcended poverty, race, and economics to become a driving force in the lives of people across the world. Good evening. I am Lishani Suryampala, and I will be the moderator of today's event. The IEEE Sri Lanka section has always taken pride in organizing events for tech enthusiasts. The IEEE Techno Meetup Sri Lanka is yet another event that is launched with the objective of promoting cutting-edge technologies and providing knowledge and networking opportunities for undergraduates with industry professionals. After 3 successful years of Techno Meetup series, here we are again with the virtualized IEEE Techno Meetup Sri Lanka 2020. The entire series goes on for over 10 sessions and each with a new and hot tech topic. The topic for the month of June is IoT, Internet of Things. I warmly welcome all of you for the first session of this year's IEEE Techno Meetup Sri Lanka, Unleashing the Potential of IoT. The speaker of the day is the head of the Department of Computing of Saegis campus Sri Lanka with over 14 years of teaching and research experience. He has written over 8 academic publications on different IT magazines during the recent years. He is skilled in computer science, web development, programming, operating systems, and many more. He has also won the award for the Best Business Model at the Grand Prix Japan Business Model Competition in 2015. Let us welcome Dr. Prabath Weerasinghe to unleash the potential of IoT. Over to you, sir.
Shubha Sandhyavat and good evening, Kumbawa for the Japanese. So I'm going to share my presentation. So today I'm going to discuss about what kind of opportunities in kind of research-based approach and to solve problem in any industry, let's say agriculture, let's say transportation. So the outline presentation I try to give it because if some school guys or university first years, so what is this IoT field, and so strive in the field with the many innovations, opening an innovation for people and a lot of financial gains if you build some IoT products. So, and that aspect also, and applicability for the any field, and I will talk and designing how we try to understand this designing, what is the approach, thinking with in parallel with research and conclusion. So you can ask questions related to this field. And so the field, this concept, right? It was with many like versions, like the period we talk about end-to-end, machine to machine, and some period it was talked about like Cisco systems, Internet of Everything, right? And then world size web, right? So in 1999, Internet of Things come with Kevin. So, but more before, in early days, University of Carnegie Mellon had machine like cake machine, so the Coke machine that you can monitor like temperature kind of stuff with in that particular period. So I will show you in this lecture. So how we can think this 1982 things and today's what IoT is and what kind of opportunities. So so we need to know what is IoT, right? So Internet of Things is the network of physical object, device, vehicles, right? It can be buildings and other item embedded with electronics, software, right? Sensors, network connectivity that enable these objects to collect and exchange data, right? So not only that, actually, interpretation of the data. So when you can have some conclusion of what's going on with the, let's say, in industry, producing something, manufacturing some machine line, you have connect with process and you have many sensors to check whether temperature, check whether smoothness or whatever, and finally you can have conclusion. So right, it's the killing. So the process is small. So but very important key, right? Why we are not think like even when you uh, think about aviation industry, when aeroplanes is in the sky, you measure the fuel or you have many parameters of temperature. So you communicate with the base stations, right? But so we never say it like IoT, right? We send we send like space shuttles and we uh, communicate with those space stations and the lands stations, but we never told that it's IoT. But you know the concept is IoT is why so low energy and low cost. Keep in mind, so these everything, right? This connectivity, uh, connectivity, and the process that we want to think low cost and low energy, because you know how many millions of connected devices, so it generate a lot of you need to generate a lot of power. So a lot of cost involvement to develop or modify or the produce those. So then of course you want to think there's going to be like low energy and low cost. So when you design or when you suggest solution for some specific problem, right? Always keep in mind that low cost and low energy. So and you know why this IoT is in like many people like and it's goes forward energies. So people like this field. So it because of this uh, development of like mobile devices, right? You can see the cloud and power and that availability of such cloud and for the many users and tiny, right? Cheap. So many expect it is. But like I said, you want to connect and you want to take the measurement, and of course you have now input, maybe process, output, right? So to have this type of systems, I mean information systems. So of course you want to think two approach to develop when we to develop information system. Always you need to think with two approach, right? One is keep in mind technical approach. Other one is right behavioral approach, right? So in my this presentation slide, you can see So, so technical approach is with the management science, computer science, operational research, because you are you are going to some solution for the problem, a particular problem. So you need to address that problem with uh, technical, and of course you need behavioral approach. So there you need sociology, economics, psychology, right? So with these things you are going to solve, right, a, any problem in the industry, right? So with this IoT, right? And of course you need to like when you are going to do like disruptive innovation, right? We call it sometimes marginal innovation, right? Let's say if you are not familiar with disruptive innovation and marginal innovation, so when you think about CD, it's people used it, and with the technology came DVD, then it is right same user, maybe same customers use that, so we call it is marginal innovation, right? But fixed telephone to mobile phone means, yeah, right. Fixed telephone can only use householders or office holders, and but a mobile phone can use any any person, right, when traveling anywhere. So the customer base is became big. So that we call disruptive innovation, right? So to do innovation, you need research what kind of problem existing, right? Low cost, low energy, what kind of solution you can give? Because I'm talking aligned with IoT, right? So and of course you need to set goals to have some kind of innovation, right? By using IoT. So to find opportunities, you need leadership, teamwork, and good communication skills, right? And so by having that, right? So you can start with your solution, right? But before going there, right, to have some information or data to process, you need, uh, right, let's say you connect some devices, you need sense some kind of, let's say, temperature, let's say movement change, let's say, some other position, location, or kind of things. But we human, how so how human perception, right, work, right? Uh, Always, right? It has a five sensations, right? Audition, right? Audition, vision, sight, olfaction, right? So taste and touch, right? These five senses. So we think about human anatomy, but how human work. So now with that knowledge, we we can think, okay, this is human, right? So how we can give this ability to some device, connected device, then it can, the device can generate this sense information, right? Raw, raw information, raw data. That data we call, so the raw facts we call data, and then your system, your information system will convert it to, right, uh, process and convert it to information. So this journey, so you can basically use as a solution for the problem. So I'm going to show here, human. So let's say we connect with some human. So human when they speak, right? Okay, I'm now talking with angry. So I'm angry. I'm angry, right? So I have this voice change, right? My emotion is changed. Okay, I became more sad. Right, I'm sad. Now I have changed my emotion. So with having some device somewhere connect with maybe now I have of course my phone, but I connect some tiny device to my shirt or somewhere, so easily I can track or I can classify my emotional changes, right? So this simple, actually, this research done some group when we were doing PhD. We had some other colleague. I tried to recommend one guy worked with the Professor Michael Cohen and Dr. Sen. If I want to take note, so I show and uh, here. So these features, how we can analyze and finally classify those data, right? We can have voice stream, so voice data. Uh, that when we look at this graph here, this continuous line is sad line, right? This discontinuous line is here, it is anger, right? So we have two patterns here. Please look carefully. You know, intensity, right, is, you can see the proportional to the energy of the. So what happened? Energy comes from uh, high frequency regions for high arousal. See, for the anger, here high, you can see 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 frequencies, right? It's uh, high energy. You can see intensity is high, that means energy. So anger. So you can see in low frequency range, uh, for low arousal, right? So energy is high. So here is sadness one, right? You can see intensity is high, energy is high. So sad is when frequency is bigger, the intensity is low. So now you can see clear difference between two. So likewise we can classify. So I explained to you, you can connect and take the data and you can have some classification, right? So here in day-to-day life, so let's say sensor is relevant to virtually all aspect of uh, aspect of life, including safety, right, security systems, and something monitoring, awareness in general, right? And sensors are in the right industry, right, application for use for process control, monitoring, and safety, right? So these sensors are very important in our industry, uh, for solution for an industrial, when we work with the person or the human being or animal or whatever the field. So this information uh, acquisition process or sensoring is important, right? So when you look at in IoT, right, ABCD, you have to have uh, actually application, right? So application give you some data, right? So we can analyze, like I show you, right? So because even though it is research level, right? You in high, not I can say high, but right, you can understand if you follow voice-based emotion recognition or the recognition, pattern recognition or machine learning. So you can learn those stuff. And finally, to do those processes, you need connectivity, right? Connection, and you need devices, right? You need devices. So level, right? There are many, right? Cyber physical system applications, smart connected, right? Smart cities, or solutions, many solutions. And when analyzed, you can have approach. The particular example that we show you, hidden Markov algorithms, right? So process that you may say, right, map reviews, right, and similar classroom, right, regressions. So analysis you can do in ways for the particular problem in line with, right? And connectivity, it also like, because low cost, sometimes low energy, Bluetooth like Vibe, sometimes it's in a wireless sensor network, sometimes Zigbee, and there are many, right? M to M, machine to machine, right? And devices, so lot of sensors, right? Connected, so mobile system. So lot of parts you want to use successful application. Yes. So always when you take the take uh, take take the data in to the process. So of course we cannot see, right, when you put GPS in someone's car, you cannot always look at the map, where is going, where is going, where that people going. So okay, when you put temperature sensor in somewhere in one of your friends, so you cannot see always what happened to this guy's temperature in the period of time. So you cannot monitor always and have a conclusion, because every second, right, in time it's generating some kind of right data, to take some information or some kind of indications. It's better to have kind of always now tend to use machine to predict. So AI always, right? Now it's IoT combined thing. Yeah. So it can generate solution to humans, right? Betterment of the okay. So sometimes you call like deep learning, right? Prediction analysis, you call machine learning. And in the text level, right, your vision, you read who signed this one, right, and who's letter this, right, kind of you can analyze by UIs. Of course you have mechanism of natural language processing, and like our example is speech synthesize, so speech test or the text to speech, so those things, and expert system robotics, right? So these things we can basically see like in the period of the audition, and image recognition, right, vision, always like 3D object recognition. So these things with connectivity, if you try like connected drone or some connected devices taking information, and you're going to predict what kind of things, what kind of things they are recognition. So those things we call in vision, right? So finally, this aligned to when you're going to solve with using machine, it is AI, right? So it's good to use this combination will give. So what kind of problem, concern when you connect everything, right? Your water bottle, your maybe digital wallet, right? Maybe you try to connect everything. What will happen? So always when it's matter with the privacy, right? When you take, uh, when you think in your mobile phone, right, it has GPS, right? You share, it's always in the settings, it's under the privacy, right? So the connectivity is generating your uh, concern about your privacy. And security will produce a lot of data information about your behavior, maybe in your companies, so how a machine work. In one side, it's productivity, and in some when it's come to in personal or human, or it has a security. So there are concerns, but this field is always, I can say, more benefit on the having this connectivity rather. No. So I mean, this one I put here. Let's say if you think like glove making these days, safety is very important, right? With the COVID-19, so people need a lot of safety. So let's say safety glove making machine, right? So it's long, large machines, right, with the formats of like let's say 20,000 like hand type of formats. So this machine, you know, need to monitor lot of things. But what before IoT people can do, so they, if something wrong, maybe red bulb is bulb, right? And our alarm is there. But with the IoT, you can map it to a nice dashboard with what's going on with this machine, right? Machine number, RPM, or weight temperature, or right, everything. So in other side, with IoT, radicalized production, right? Operation excellence. The development of the production processes and direct towards it automation, artificial intelligence, like I said, ability to diagnose errors, right? Self repair. Sometimes you have error in some place, so automatically resilience, building resilience with the machine, inside the machine, right? More importantly, to minimize impact of human factors. Right? Human errors, there are errors, but machine can predict this what's going on, and right, this answer. In IoT, devices, right? So very cheap devices and handy, tiny. If you want to connect with the few sensors and with the wireless connectivity, so no MCU type of and with the Raspberry Pi, you can say, right, general purpose input output pins there. You can connect many devices and use an Arduino, right? It's easy to use and type of devices. So this will bring you a lot of opportunity to try and have some system or solution or innovation for a particular problem, right? So when you analyze problem space, you can have top solution. Let's say real-time dashboards for the let's say plant. So let's say you can see plant water monitoring, right? Let's say you can say soil wetness, right? Temperature of the so a lot of things, right? Uh, so servo motor control. So different type of projects. So and so that to do this project is quickly and innovatively and very uh, with the minimum effort. So I can say there are platforms, right? Open source platform in some. You can build your own one, but of course you can have a look at platform like Thinga.io, right? So those are, you buy some device IDs you can type, and just you can connect that device and monitor, right? This type of dashboard, it's you can have. So Thinga.io, right? In many projects with the students, actually culture field in the right transportation field, right? Sometime transport the products, natural products. So you want to monitor because when you transport some harvest, let's say Anuradhapur or somewhere in Sri Lanka to Colombo, it's a long journey, so it can damage. So you can monitor where the pressure level or whatever the parameter. So type of system you can. I am going to show you very nice type of production in Australia. We know everyone shepherds are look after the cattle, so cows. So in this system, a digital shepherd, right? You can see here in them, right? Neck band, right? This is neck band. This neck band connected to the cloud, right? So that data goes to a tab, and solar based charging system, and then power system, right? So this cattle and to monitor, no need to shepherd, right? This is electronic shepherd, right? So you have virtual fences, right? So when they try to move out from the fence, so maybe electric shocks, maybe showered, right? So very nice application, very very nice applications, right? So you can see this one, So I myself, we had involved some project when we were in Japan. So Mongolia, that country, it it's a horse race. So some horses are very expensive and energetic. Because before the every year there are events, horse race. So before the event, most of the time the horse are facing troubles because energetic one try to kill or try to vanish. So the people of the Mongolia, so government, they need to monitor this horse. So we came up with solution. It's a little bit different, no electric shock or something, but the GPS or the level. So with the GPS, so we gave solution to track it, right? So this is what I said. In technically here, 3G, 4G satellite and NB IoT, narrowband Internet of Things. So they use the as a technology of this communication. If any system, right? When you talk, right, you can see a component, right? You have software component, right? You have hardware component, these devices, right? And network, right? Some process, okay, and data. Somewhere you in the cloud, this data is there. So it's important to note eShepherd is the world first IoT driven platform, solar powered, neckband, and cloud based application which farmers can use to make a fence, like kind of monitoring their livestock, right? And neckband contain CSIRO patent, right? This is an organization, Commonwealth Scientific organization. So this organization uh, is the CSIRO, the parent, and they and monitor this development, right? So anyway, like I said, when you can monitor health level, right, cattle's temperature. So it's good projects anyway, right? Many health level and any disaster. They can Australia a lot of crisis sometime. So this one is another some kind of fancy innovation with connectivity. You are somewhere like in the barbecue place, right? This one, I myself did this one with collaborative with the KI University professors. So here you can use this Senti device. You want to send someone some smell. Let's say you go in the barbecue place. You want to make smell like potato frying. So you can use this eight type of different smells, right? Connect with the mobile phone. That interesting stuff. You can say cross smell to your partners or colleagues so to have right some expression with the connectivity. So it's two ends, right? So this one, right, with the 5G, all the authentication and things happening in the edge of the network, and with these tiny connected devices, you can have a lot of haptic sensitivity. So it's haptics we call like you can have like cold, or let's say this is hot, or what you can recognize by using this connected devices. So with the help of 5G, so communication is smooth. So can do very real time operation type of health robot, lifelike characteristics, because with the five sensors you can try to enable ultra realistic solutions for the uh, and this particular things with in Sri Lankan is cell robotics that companies doing water lily robots, right? Connected type kind of for the water supply, the gardens. You cannot you can't go you cannot put water, right? Because if you are busy, you're in office, you can control it over there through the internet with the connectivity. If it is low cost solution, to low energy, so you can, right, convert it. And these are some kind of my solution when we work with in Japanese some partner projects. So Sado Island, it was island. It is island, right? And so the project with like people visit there, many language. So language supportive device with the iBeacon. iBeacon is a low energy Bluetooth field, so detects the device language and communicate the device language, the language of users. So owner of the device. So let's say if someone from Russia, so convert everything to Russian language detection happens through the beacon. So very nice, this time for the COVID. So Sri Lankan government also use, I know some colleagues of us uh, are work particular project. They said they try to use this one. So and service area identification, event alerts, before going to be some place with using this technology, you know, you can detect the ID. This man register for this event, okay, login. So kind of authentication you can, so for authentication process you can use this connectivity. And this one is monitoring for the transportation, right? The when you have some let's say concrete unload, loading, right? How many cube remain with the now tank? So everything you can monitor by looking the progress. So with the sensor, and this one is the work progression. So okay, this one in the plant now it's already done. So job task you can monitor, right? This system automated intelligent fleet management system. So when you track the machine, so you can do this kind of solution for the industry. This particular problem is, concrete is only strengthened with the full energy uh, 90 minutes, right? So in before 90 minutes, you have to deliver. Right? So if you cannot find the road correctly, it is mess. So you should have proper solution to find a place. Okay, so and of course this kind of solution for the e-governors, and even Sri Lanka, you guys, our tech leads, you are, so you all university student or techies or leaders of companies, you can use this kind of system to solve your city to convert to smart city, right? Betterment of the people's cities, like garbage monitoring and uh, street lamp system monitoring, or countries like Japan, they can monitor the snow level, right? Your decide road you can use or not, kind of open to travel, or kind of this particular system for detecting like that area with the snowfall. So these are kind of guys. So before ending my session, I want to tell you there are a lot of opportunity by 2020. Over 4 billion connected people with this tiny device. So you know 4 trillion revenue opportunities, 25 million apps, right? 25 billion embedded systems, right? And 50 trillion of data. Right? Of course, this much data, you, like I said, you need, big data things you need to learn, and analytics, right? You need to know that value of that particular data. Even you connect, what is the value of that data, and you kind of areas I put here 6 area, right? So you can see device connectivity, data sensing, right? Communication, data analysis, data values, and human values, right? These things available with connectivity, right? Because of the IoT, right? Internet of Things, everything connect. So I am telling to you this vast, large, uh, lot of opportunities. You have to think, you have to approach with research, knowledge, and kind of problem solving attitudes, like you want to think analytically what kind of problem there, so solution with low cost, low energy. That's IoT is making a lot of potential in coming years. So thank you very much for the listening. So I'm conclude here my wind up my session.
Thank you very much, sir. Now that we've cleared the doubts about IoT, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Prabath Weerasinghe for taking time of your busy schedule and conducting a very informative and a valuable session for us. I thank you on behalf of the IEEE Sri Lanka section Techno Meetup organizing committee. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Dear
you.
participants, the IEEE Techno Meetup is not just a series of webinars. It has a lot more happening. We discuss the monthly topic throughout the month using different aspects. We publish an IEEE Spectrum magazine, which includes content-based interviews, articles about new trends, and a lot more. We are also hoping to open a platform for young tech enthusiasts like you to present your projects related to the topic of the month. So do not forget to follow the IEEE Techno Meetup Facebook page and stay tuned with us just so that you won't miss the updates. Thank you very much. We have now reached the end of the webinar, Unleashing the Potential of IoT. This would not have been a success if not for the participants. Thank you very much for tuning in. We believe that you got a clear understanding about IoT and we hope to see you in upcoming sessions. Thank you and good night.